This is Dye Sporting Network.
All right, Coach Nyke, good to see everybody, good to see the team. Just your general thoughts of the move from St. Francis now to Rosedale and starting a new program.
Generally, I'm pretty excited to start something of my own. I've been in the shadow of Coach Shelton for the last 8 years, so starting something on my own and actually having some others believe in me and acknowledge my previous work. I'm pretty excited about that. I have a bunch of girls that are trusting me right now and following my leadership.
All right, one of the girls here, you can introduce yourself. And
I'm doing spelling.
Okay. It's all good. It happens. It's all good.
What was your what went into the decision for you to come here for your freshman year?
Tell Brooke hard we paying him.
Getting older, I just gotta learn how to want it more and work hard. So high school, I thought it was just better for me to just stay here and see what it can bring me for the future.
Coach, season has yet to start, but what are some foundational blocks that you're hoping to build as a culture here at Rosedale? Coach, I'm sorry. Yeah.
For me, I admire the culture that they have academically.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring a more athletic culture to coincide with the academic culture, to put a forefront of a high-profile basketball team on the girls' side.
And now, what in terms of the team, what do you want people to think about when they hear Rosedale?
Right now we in Rosedale. I do want them to understand that we are building, and it will take a year or two to get us where we need to go. But I also want them to understand that we are building a great program to be recognized nationally. I think right now we have a great schedule to start that, and just hoping that we can build on top of that.
Well, for all the ladies, I mean, the conference itself is starting in a new venture. Girls conference for the Metro Private League. I mean, it's going to be the unknown. What you think you can expect, or that's for Coach Nyke or Ms. Bell?
I think we just gotta work hard and take practice more serious because it's not gonna be the same how it was last year. It's gonna be teams harder, pushing us, more competition. We just gotta work harder. The outcome that we're looking for.
Yeah, and it helps. You got a nationally program, and Shabbat used to be New Hope, so I know that's going to be an interesting thing to have go up against twice a year as well.
You were part of some special teams over at St. Francis, Coach. I'm sure you're going to take some things that you learned there and translate them to here. But in terms of a playing style, just kind of advertise to the fans around the area and whatnot. What kind of brand of basketball are you going to be bringing here at Rosedale?
I am more of a push and go player. I like to see fast-paced game. I grew up playing like that. I've coached a lot of players to go play like that. Combo guards, finding players that can play any position. They can play a 1, they can play a 5. I've coached Angel Reese and I Gordine and Clouden. You name those kids, you look at their style of play, it was always push and go. So that was something that I pushed. And so I just want to keep that. It always worked, and if it worked, I mean, why not keep doing it? So that is my goal, and I'm, constantly telling them today was our first practice, and I'm constantly telling them run, because that's what I want to see. It's a game of runs, and we're gonna run.
Always tough to take a program from not nothing, but you're building something here. What are your I'm sure you guys have had some preseason workouts, but what are your kind of expectations for this group, as the season goes forward?
High expectations. I expect them to not only look to me for guidance, but also look to one another. So high expectations to trust each other in this building process. I think right now we are struggling with trusting one another, but it's early, and I think that is one of the hiccups that you will have in building a program. But moving forward, the expectation is to trust. Trust me, trust the coaches, trust the people around you, and trust that you are in good hands. So that's my biggest expectation right now.
Sure.
All right, the location here of Rosedale, is in between Baltimore City, Baltimore County. Got a nice White Marsh Mall. I know everybody likes to go there. And just talk about the location here, and how you think that will do in a league like this, where just kind of is like a DMV league. You got teams in Southern Maryland, in Virginia, of course in PG County.
The location, I think, is a gem. I mean, quite frankly, I didn't even know Rosedale was here until they started asking me about coaching here. But I personally think it's a gem. I think it gives me a range to recruit, further up 83 and inner city, and either, even go on some of the outskirts of Baltimore City. So I think that, the location itself is perfect, if that's what you're asking. And we are actually in the league of playing the Shabaks and Mount Zion, but I have scheduled some of those games. So this year we do have Mount Zion. I do want to get some more of those games. I did just schedule a scrimmage against Good Counsel, so I'm not ducking no buck, but I am strategically scheduling as we are building. So hopefully we will get to where we are playing the Shabaks and the Bishop McNamara's and the St. Francis and whoever else is out there. Hopefully we get there where we are strong enough to play those teams confidently.
Yeah.
I think now if we just want to have one each go up.
Kaden.
Coach, I'm going to start with you. Just want you to talk about the transition that you made, coming to Rosedale, taking over a program, and starting a culture.
So the biggest thing was to make sure that the staff, the higher-ups here, were all on board with what it takes to build a national program. The dedication and the commitment that we need, not only from the players, but also from the support staff, and everyone from the beginning has been on board, from the lead pass all the way down. So that was the biggest thing, and everything that I've asked for, they've been able to give me. Like, these young men will travel on a coach bus to our games. The school covers us going to R1A for training. So all that type stuff is not normal at most high schools, and we have that as part of our regular thing.
In terms of maybe some foundational blocks that you want to build a program on culture-wise, what are some things that you're preaching to the guys? Pretty much non-negotiables with how you want to run a program.
Well, that's easy, and I'm sure they all attest to this. Everything, I believe that the teams that I've watched growing up or were a part of, where the players were an extension of the coach's personality. So everything that we do here is, in one easy word, is aggressive. So I had to go out and find guys that could play that style, that were comfortable playing in that style, and I wanted to have young guys all the way up to the older guys. So Mr. Williams on the end and Mr. Harris here beside me have played in the Baltimore Catholic League. They understand what it takes to play that kind of high level, the level of aggression that's needed to be successful at that level. So now they're here helping lead the way with the younger guy.
Karim, for you, obviously, like just Coach just said, you make the move to here, being a senior, so you're going to be counted on for leadership, but you're also making a transition yourself. Talk about that transition, and then talk about you taking over as a leader, and how Coach has been here to help you with that.
Coming over here, I just wanted to start something new fresh. And then I understood from my last year what he was looking for was some type of leader or vocalist. So I just stepped up and said, I might as well take the role because I have a relationship with everybody on the team. And for me to be able to do that and bring everybody together, I felt the role perfectly and I just took it.
Well, guys, you know, you've been kind of traveling throughout the off season to get ready for the season. How do you think that has bonded you guys as a team? I got to see y'all against McDonough and Mount Carmel a couple of weeks back. And it looked like it's looking pretty good so far, and so good.
So I say, as a team, we bond on. We can get better on the court bonding, but off the court we do very good. Like we just laugh with each other, just have a good tight relationship. But we just need to put that more on the court. So if we put that more on the court, be leaders, talk, we probably blow every team out by 20.
Zay, you're another one that's, you know, a lot of people in the area are familiar with, but, you know, made the move to here. Why Rosedale?
So Coach Charles, of course, so talk about our season and all that. So, and me being a point guard, so like this was a big transition because from what happened at Kevin Hall, and I just wanted a change. So I needed a coach that can push me, and he's the coach that can do that. That will be on me all the time. So I just needed that. So Rosedale was a perfect position to put me in.
Coach, who we got here?
This is the only player from the existing Rosedale Baptist School that was able to make the team as now Rosedale Christian Academy. This is Victor Moore III.
Victor,
Okay.
wanted to ask you, you know, obviously you've been here for a few years,
Yeah.
and now all this change comes in. How has that been from your eyes?
It's been a quick change. It's real different from previous years. Not the same competition. Competition got better. Speed of the game got faster. So I had to adapt more and quicker since it's my last year. So it's been a good change for me, really. I think I adapt more now, and the game is becoming easier for me. And I know my role and what I need to do in the court.
Sure. Jalen, ask you, you're another guy, a new face here, made the move. I know you know, there was a bunch of schools, you know, after you as well. What made Rosedale the right spot for you?
What made Rosedale the right spot for me, it stood out really well. Coach Charles was actually on it. He was really on me and willing to push me to get to the next level where I wanted to get to go. Making sure I was good. Even if I didn't choose to come here, he still was telling me, like, make sure you work hard wherever you go, but you know, I want you here. And he also made sure I was staying in the gym, playing hard. But what really stood out was how he cared for the whole team. It was never like no favoritism or anything. He just always told us, if you can go, go. Like, play your game.
Yeah.
You know?
Coach, just want to talk about a few of the events that you guys are playing in this season. Obviously, you know, you got some pretty big tournaments coming up, both here and surrounding state.
Our first out-of-state event is the King Cole Classic in West Virginia. When I took the tournament, I'm thinking West Virginia, 2 hours. It's close to Kentucky, so it's 7 hours. So
Oh boy.
we didn't think that was what the plan was, but there we're playing some national teams there as well. It's a small environment, small college town, so the turnout is usually crazy. It's about 4,000 people on top of you. And I wanted these guys to experience that, especially the seniors who have not had that opportunity. It's going to be a hectic environment. We'll be the only team from Baltimore. Obviously, all the other teams from down south, so we won't get a call. So it's just what it is. We're preparing ourselves for that. The next tournament is Philly versus something. I think it's called Philly versus, and we're playing Emotep Charter, who is currently number 5 team in the country.
Yeah, they're right now.
You know, so there's a lot of people that are already counting that as a major loss for us. We don't think that way. You know, I went and got some real wounds, and we're going to play that game like we're supposed to play that game. You know, it doesn't matter to us what the name of your chest says. We come to hoop. You know. Over Christmas, we will play in the Viking Invitational in Delaware. And also along the way, we have National Hoop Fest, the DC Invitational, which is now put on by New World. So, you know, all the AAU programs have their own event.
Yep.
And of course, we're playing in the R1A Classic. So where the bump is, we will be there. And this is the foundation, the first year, and it's only going to get greater as we go.
That was going to be one of my next questions. A culture isn't built overnight, but when you look forward to 2 to 3 years from now, what are you hoping people think about when someone says, Rosedale Christian basketball?
So to make a statement that is not meant to be disrespectful to anyone else, Baltimore basketball will go through Rosedale. Simple as that. If you want to have the path to be successful and go on to college and play this game free, it comes through Rosedale Christian Academy. These two being the seniors started off, and then we'll have the freshmen and younger guys come up to let you know this is what we're building together here.
What expectations you have being in the Metro private league this year, Coach? Since y'all will be the one Baltimore representative in there, I mean.
So the funny thing is, someone put out a ranking or a questionnaire asking who's going to win the league, but there's only 4 options. We were not one of those 4. Then they wrote in 3 other names. We weren't any of those names.
Oh boy.
So needless to say, that's great bulletin board material, and it's simple. Like Talia's favorite song, "We Ride the Square," "Who Let the Dogs Out." That's all they're gonna say. I'm taking the leashes off and letting them go. There's a no mercy rule in this league. I hope they're ready.
Can't wait, man. You got some good non-conference local games too, with Curley coming up next week, and then John Kell coming up at the end of the month. Just talk about those 2 opponents, and they're gonna be tough games. What you expect out of them?
So what my plan was in putting together the schedule was to play 2 or 3 BCL teams or MIAA conference teams, as well as some WCAC schools. The Metro Private School Conference being new, some don't know about it, but I want to be able to show how that conference is able to compete against the top conferences in the area. So not only that, we're also playing, I can't say yet, because I'm supposed to say, but we're also playing other BCL teams in some of those tournaments we're going to. So it's going to get interesting.
Gotta love it. And like I asked Coach Nyke earlier, location here at Rosedale, in between Baltimore County, Baltimore City, and like I said, White Marsh up the street, and a couple other areas down the road here. Recruiting-wise, how do you think that's going to work?
So moving forward, the location is optimal. This first year, that wasn't my concern. My concern was to go get the goons that I felt as though could do where I wanted to be. And now we'll explore Harford County. We'll go further up 40 that direction.
Right.
Again, it's only 30, 40 minutes at the most to get here. We're incorporating a shuttle to be able to get the kids around the Beltway to come in. We'll pick up in the morning and get them here. And then once we start adding international kids as well, this is going to be the place to be.
There we go. That's what's up. Just, guys, your thoughts. Like I said, you came from Calvert Hall, and that atmosphere. Congratulations to your brother, by the way, on LSU. And just, guys, each one of you just talk about your experiences beforehand coming here and what you expect coming up in this season.
So, Brian, introduce yourself and then answer the question.
I'm Brian.
Brian who?
So, what I was expecting before coming here is exactly what I got. Since I've came here, I've noticed my game has changed. I've become more aggressive. And yeah, I've been becoming a better teammate and just a more hard worker on the court. And yeah.
Mr. Todd?
I'm Jalen Kennedy, and before here, I attended Admiral Farragut Academy. And from the jump, once I got here, Coach told me that it was going to be a big year, that he was trying to start something special, something new, and get us to the next level. And ever since I came, like Brian said, my game has gotten way better. And just building with the guys, some of them I've played with before, just building with them, I just know it's going to be a great season.
Yeah, well, from being from Calvert to here, from just the cultural standpoint of it being different in the environment, it's a little small over here. Had to adjust on that. And also coming into this, knowing it was my senior year, knowing I didn't have no schools, he just let me know to keep on working, grinding, doing your thing, and everything gonna play out how it's supposed to.
There you go.
As Kareem said about not having no schools, he said the same thing to me, just keep working and they're gonna come in, because I just put the work in. And coming from, like I said, the conference that I was in, not being as good as it was, I can actually get looked at now since we're playing ranked players and ranked teams. So it's going to be a better opportunity for me.
So coming from Cabell Hall, 9th grade year was a COVID year. In 10th grade, and then go as planned. So 11th grade year was a statement year, and as AAU, I just came off a championship, so I still got a target on my back. So coming here, it's just a statement year, and like I said, Mike just went to LSU, so everybody telling me I'm next, so I just keep that in my head. I can't give up, nothing like that.
Definitely.
We switch them up.
Sure. Yeah, we switch. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And in my case, I see y'all Wednesday.
That's my